The gig economy. We've heard of it. You may even be a part of it. And while the overall consensus may be that it is often not as great as advertised, there are some people out there who swear by it. But then there's a group of people who don't belong in either category. These people are different. These people took advantage of the gig economy and made their own jobs. And they're not what you'd expect. Tell me about yourself.
I'm John Luke. That's Jean-Luke with a C. And I read books to people. Do I like my job? I literally go to people's homes and just talk. All I have to do is listen to myself speak. I mean, what's there not to like? The pay's pretty good. I am working a lot. Kind of live paycheck to paycheck. I'm sleeping in my car. But overall, it's pretty cool.
The 5 animal exercises, 8 directional exercises, 12 zodiac exercises, and 12 nerve exercises.
How did you get into doing this?
Yeah, so like in high school, you know the popcorn game? When it was like, we'd be reading a book and someone would be like, popcorn, John Luke. I'd have to read. And my teacher was always like, yo, you have such a sick reading voice. And I was like, wait, I should tap into this. And my friends started asking me, they were like, yo, can you read me a bedtime story? Can you come over and read to me while I cook? And at first I was like, that's a little weird, right? But it's the perfect job for me. I mean, I can't see it any other way. I kind of make my own schedule. I like to think of it like I'm my own boss, a little bit of an entrepreneur. So it depends on when I want to work and when the gigs are coming in, but there's a market for it. You know, I could work all day if I wanted to, and sometimes I do. But sometimes I need a little time to just read to myself too.
What makes you better than like an audiobook?
I mean, there's just such a personal aspect to it. You know, your audiobook doesn't follow you around your kitchen. Your audiobook can't make eye contact. Your audiobook can't banter with you about a funny part of the book that we both just discovered together. When I'm saying a joke, I'm hearing it for the first time too. We could have a chat about it. You know, it's like a book club and an audiobook all in one. Where do you get that in an audiobook? You know, it's not work if you love it. That's what they say.
Well, my name is Eugene, and I make beds for a living. It's my favorite job ever. I don't know what else I would do. You know, the pillowy surface of a bed is just something else. When I was like 7, I went over to my friend's house, and we were having a sleepover, and they're like, oh, I didn't do the bed. And I like doing the bed before I go to bed, so I was like, oh, my parents taught me like just 2 days ago or something. So I did the bed, and they were like, wow, you should make this a job. And ever since then, that's what I've been working to. And once I got out of high school, I started up my business, Beds Are Us. It's really thriving now, and I'm happy. I work, I would say like, like 24 hours, if that would work, if that's a thing. I'm always working. If I'm not making a bed in real life, I'm making a bed in my head. So I'm just always on the go. But yeah, it's kind of crazy because sometimes, you know, you make a bed and you're like, damn, that's a comfortable bed. Or like, damn, they got some nice thread counts on their sheets. So sometimes you take a slump. Unfortunately, some people walk in and I have to give the bed for free. And kind of sucks, but yeah. Yeah, I would say, I mean, $3 for, I think, a queen, $2 for a twin, $5 for a king. You know, that like buys you a Caniac combo a week. Family size bag of Tostitos with some nacho dip, maybe like twice a day. But yeah, it's good money. I'm living some great life. I mean, I live in the basement of some, I don't even know what type of restaurant it is, but you know, good money.
So you are comfortable with how you're living?
I would say I've accepted where I've lived because it really does reek, and it sucks because when I go to customers' house, they're like, oh, what's that smell? I'm like, sir, it's not your bed sheets, it's me. I'm sorry. They just throw it on there, and then you kind of just do that.
You don't think the gig economy negatively impacts you at all?
No. In fact, I honestly promote people to join it because why not? Like, why wouldn't you want to make beds for a living, Or like, why wouldn't you just want to like do dishes? Like, you already do them when you're at home, so why not make money? And then you don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, so I'm 21 years old. My name is Dylan. I'm a personal motivational speaker.
What does that mean for you?
So basically, like, picture this. You want to get this job promotion. You are really nervous. I would come over and just hype you up, get you ready to go into your boss's office and demand a raise and a promotion. I needed money, as everyone does, and I don't know. I realized I'm not that bad at it, so why not?
Brush that hair. You're going to tackle this day and you are going to succeed and win.
I don't mind working all the time if that means you don't have to work in an office.
For some, it's working all the time. For me, it's, once again, just being in the zone. Like, I feel like I get it easier than a lot of people, despite the fact that I sort of am clocked in at all times.
Would you say you're clocked in right now?
Of course. Honestly, I've always been somewhat of a motivator. Like, for example, I was on the softball team when I was a kid. Couldn't hit, couldn't throw, couldn't catch for the life of me. So I took on the role of bench warmer and cheerleader. Learned all the cheers. I can do one for you now if you would like. Okay. Like, for example, if the pitcher were to throw a ball, then I would be in the dugout, hands on the fencing, and I would say, G-O-O-D-Y-E, good eye, good eye. G-O-O-D-Y-E, good eye, good eye. Way to watch, way to watch, way to watch that ball go by. And that is like me motivating my teammates. I don't treat myself a lot. I live a simple life. I do my job, and occasionally I'll get myself a treat here and there. But yeah, I live in, like, I would say, a normal house. No mansion for me.
Do you have roommates?
Yes, I cannot afford to live by myself.